Hello and welcome to Jigawa in Focus, your source for the latest developments shaping Jigawa State. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa and I'll be taking you through today's episode with promises to keep you informed about the transformation Jigawa State is making under the visionary leadership of Gov Namadi. Now let's begin. A historic gathering is taking place, one that may shape the future of Jigawa State for generations to come. Over 1,000 academics, scholars and policy thinkers from across Nigeria have converged under one roof at the invitation of Governor Malam Umar Namadi. Their mission? To brainstorm innovative evidence-based solutions to Jigawa's pressing challenges: education, healthcare, security, and youth empowerment. This unprecedented strategic dialogue is more than just a meeting. It's a powerful collaboration between the intellectual community and the political leadership of Jigawa State. At the center of the discussion is education. Professor Isa Yusuf Chamo, Jigawa's Commissioner for Higher Education, highlights the state's bold strides in transforming its tertiary institutions.
In 2025 budget, that also justified the commitment of His Excellency. The educational sector also received the highest budgetary allocation of the state, whereby the ministry or the sector received the sum of 177 billion.29, which is represented 26.7%. Maybe you may surprise that maybe the percentage is dropped, but in terms of quantity, the percentage, it's only the percentage because this year's budget is very large. Because what we received during the last year budget, it was less than 100 billion. But now it was 120 billion. But this year we received 177.29 billion. So this shows that this year is even higher than the last year's allocation given to the sector. And then based on that budgetary allocation, we were able to achieve, His Excellency was able to achieve significant achievement on the area of staff recruitment and training. Under this sector, before I come on into the staff recruitment and training, after conducting the need assessment, we were able to understand the problem, whereby we digitalize all the data of senior secondary school and come up with Jigawa Compete. That Jigawa Compete means creating opportunity for mastery, proficiency, excellence, and technology empowerment. Through that system, we were able to store all the information that are needed in the education sector in terms of student enrollment, in terms of the numbers of teachers, in terms of the facility we have, in terms of the construction, anything that you need in our school. Based on that JCompete, everything is there and stored. And then we also receive information directly from schools. Through that process, the World Bank assisted the state to connect the 312 senior secondary schools with the internet, and His Excellency purchased over 300 tablets and distributed to the school, whereby the teachers can be able to access the Nigerian learning passport. All the learning facilities that are needed are digitalized by the federal government so that they can be able to access. Both staff and students can be able to access the material. The syllabus is there. The attendance can be tracked through there. And then even the textbooks that are needed are uploaded there. So both the teacher and student, they can be able to access the platform and have the information. After that, we also restructure the tertiary institution, whereby the management of the 5 tertiary institutions were relieved of their appointment, new management came appointed, and also chairman and the members of governing board of those 7 tertiary institutions that we have were also appointed. And I'm happy to share with you all those members of the 7 council of our tertiary institutions are from the academics of Jigawa State. Also, through that process, under the tertiary institution, we were able to restructure not only the management, but also the courses that are offered in some institutions, they are also rationalized and structured so that each institution will focus on a specific courses, even though that it is a polytechnic, but it has to offer courses that is relevant and related to its mandate. Like when you take, for instance, Jigawa State Polytechnic of Information and Communication Technology. So we direct them that they should focus on the courses that are dealing with information technology, so that are dealing with artificial intelligence and other, even though that they can also offer some other courses, but it has to be specialized, relevant courses that has to do with that specific area. The same with other polytechnics that we have in Jigawa State. We also conducted a need assessment of Sri Lanka University of 10 years, where problems were identified and solutions were offered. And then the government is implementing the outcome of that need assessment. So, in terms of teachers recruitment, by the time when His Excellency came on board in our senior secondary school, after conducting the need assessment, we had a gap, or we have the total gap of 1,901 teachers. And then the ratio at that time stand 70 teachers per student. But after the coming of His Excellency, at the secondary school level, His Excellency initially recruited 1,100 teachers so that they can complement the gap that existed. He also recruited 72 number of graduate teachers to mega schools that were established. Also, he approved the redeployment of 2,177 graduates from the basic level to senior secondary school level.
Adding to the conversation, the state's Minister of Education, Professor Suwaiba Saidu Ahmed, underscores the role of research in shaping effective government policies.
Majority of us, I will not say all, but I can say that 99% of us see the governor with these few select words that I'm going to use. He's somebody that is highly dedicated. He is someone that I can say is a first setter. Whatever plans we have, Jigawa State already has those plans. He's a first setter, he's a governor among governors. Apart from that also, I can say that he do what a good leader should do, which is check and balance. Somebody was telling me that she has about 25 projects that she's doing in Jigawa State, but she's amazed that the governor actually visited all the 25 sites to ensure quality, to ensure that the design of the project is actually carried out as he envisioned that particular project. We at the federal level, we normally perceive our governors, we have perception. If you talk about this governor, they will tell you, this governor is so. For me, I will assure you, anywhere I go, if I say that my governor is Alhaji Umar A. Namadi, they will tell me that you are very lucky. He is not only a gentleman, but he's a person that operates within system and structure and understands what leadership is all about. So I have my work very easy because I'm operating with someone that understands the system, and for him, at his heart is Jigawa State. We were talking with one of the most recognized leaders, and he says that your governor is rural in his heart. Wherever he goes, he comes back to Jigawa State because for him, it is all about Jigawa State. The indigents of Jigawa State. What impact can he make on the lives of the youth? What impact can he make on the people of Jigawa State? So please, let's give the governor a round of applause. The Deputy Governor, Engineer Aminu, the Chief of Staff, Senator Mustafa Makama, the SSD, Malam Bala Ibrahim, the Commissioner of Education, my brother, Professor Isa Yusuf Chamo, other members of the Executive Council. Permit me to just say that I'm referring to other commissioners, Director General, Executive Secretaries, and of course, heads of tertiary institutions of Jigawa State, the chairman of the Interaction, Professor Haruna Abdullahi Berniwa, my colleagues, the academics that came out in masses from various tertiary institutions across Nigeria. Thank you for the support, because really it means Jigawa is equally at your heart for coming all the way across, from people coming from Ibadan, Lagos, across everywhere in Nigeria. Thank you for being here with us. Other distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. That I stand before you today at this August gathering of high-level interaction with His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, Madam Umar A. Namadi, FCA. It is a great opportunity for us, really, to actually have this dialogue between the government and the academics. It's a great opportunity to exchange ideas, to give advice, and also to screen the activities that we have been doing as a government. I will start first by briefly, Professor Chamo will go deep into what the government is really doing. But I found that it is important to equally highlight some of the key achievements of this administration, especially as it relates to the activities that we are carrying out at the federal level. Of course, whatever I will say, the facts are there, the evidences are there. It's only left for individuals to verify this fact, those that don't know, and also to look for these evidences of what we have seen and what has been done. As we are all aware, Governor Umar Namadi administration has set a new benchmark in educational development through comprehensive reforms, infrastructure expansion, human capital investment, and inclusive policies. His vision aligns with global best practices and positions Jigawa State as a model for educational excellence in Nigeria. With sustained implementation, the Namadi-led education revolution is not just transforming institutions, but shaping the future of the state's next generation. Some of you may say that I'm just praising the governor, but my remarks are purely based on facts and data. Let me explain. At the federal government level, we have 6 key priority areas. These key priority areas comprises technical vocational education and training, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medical sciences, STEM. We also have a priority area on out-of-school children, and then, of course, quality education and gender. And apart from gender, we also have TVET, gender, and then data and digitization. I will just briefly explain each one of these key priorities at the federal government level, and then what we are doing with regard to Jigawa State. Let's take TVET. TVET is about providing skills. We have realized, we did a gap analysis at the federal level, and we realized that countries have moved forward and have left Nigeria behind. Countries like China, countries like India, they have moved forward in ensuring that they have provided technical training, skill acquisition for their youth so that they empower the youth and ensure capital human investment.
Governor Umar Namadi lays out the achievement of his administration, from new healthcare centers to youth employment programs before calling on the academic community for recommendations.
Today's occasion is by all means very historic and significant as we continue to interact with the wide spectrum of citizens of our dear state, Jigawa. For almost 2 months now, we were traversing all the nooks and the corners of the Jigawa state, interacting with the people, giving account of our stewardship and getting fresh insight on their expectations, yearning and aspirations under our program, Citizens Engagement. This is in the spirit of accountable governance, informed by our quest to ever remain responsive to the issues of the moment. Yes, we have a grand vision for our dear state, anchored on our 12-point agenda, on which platform we are pursuing several transformative socio-economic development programs just to deliver that vision of Greater Jigawa. Nonetheless, even as we resolutely pursue the attainment of all the strategic development objectives across all sectors, it is imperative that we create platforms for constructive engagement with the citizens to ensure that we remain on course and responsive to their development priorities. The interactive section we are having today with the Jigawa academics, our depository of knowledge and a cream of intellectuals in our society, is certainly historic. The occasion is coming almost midway into our first term in office, exactly 2 weeks to the second anniversary of our administration. As intellectuals, I firmly believe many of the audience here today would very vividly recall our commitment to the people of Jigawa State on that historic day of May 29th May 2023. And the various declarations that we have made across all sectors in our journey to Greater Jigawa. As I mentioned then, we hold the mandate to govern the affairs of our state at scale, trust, and trusted to us to deliver the will of the people of Jigawa State in the most responsive manner. It is a compact between us and the citizens which we stand obligated to deliver in accordance with our oath of office that we have signed and with utmost transparency and accountability. Even though ultimate accountability will be with our Creator, the interactive session we are having with the citizens, including today's oath, is an accountability mechanism we found to be very effective, if only for the constructive feedback we have been receiving therefrom. It is with this spirit that we have approached the business of governance since assuming the mantle of leadership. And Alhamdulillah, I must say our journey to Greater Jigawa, guided by our vision of a secured and prosperous state, is fully on course. As we continue to roll out projects, programs, and initiatives informed by our development agenda and our commitment to the people, I feel highly confident that the long-term prosperity and socio-economic well-being of our people, of the present and the future generation, is most certainly guaranteed. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen from the academia, let me at this stage take a moment to give you some of the major highlights of success stories we have recorded so far as we prepare to mark our second-year anniversary in office. I am sure many of you will recall that what really informed our 2023 electioneering campaign was largely the 12-point agenda, within the confines of which we made our campaign promises. As I highlighted the progress we have so far made, those of you that are well acquainted with the agenda, particularly those of you that have contributed to its development, will come to note that not only we are on track, but very importantly, we have remained consistent with its prescription for the attainment of the overall objectives that will ultimately guarantee long-term prosperity and socio-economic well-being of the present and future generations of Jigawa State people. First and foremost, I mentioned that the culmination point of the entire 12-point agenda is adequately reflected in the strategic development objective we are pursuing for Jigawa State. Primarily, this is to achieve positive transformation across all sectors for sustained improvement in the socio-economic well-being of the entire people in our state, including the yet unborn generations. Accordingly, our focus has been on the pursuit of human-centered economic growth policies, with the emphasis on such areas such as agricultural transformation, sustained expansion of critical infrastructure, economic empowerment, and employment creation, as well as the pursuit of human development programs that will make lasting impact on the state human development indices, including health, education, and targeted social protection interventions. As an emphasis of the progress we have made recorded are as follows. Number one, agricultural transformation. Sustained pursuit of agricultural transformation is one of our major commitments. For the last 2 years, the state government has doggedly pursued this, seeking to transform the state into a food basket of Nigeria. Already, Jigawa State is a major contributor to national food security and the diversification of the national economy. Since assuming the mantle of leadership, we have pursued timely access to critical agricultural input, on which government has expended billions of naira in financing subsidies for the farmers. We have also made significant progress in our effort to transform the production system from subsistence agriculture characterized by too much drudgery to mechanized agriculture through the supply of hundreds of tractors, combined harvesters, and other agricultural equipment and implements. Sufficient interventions such as Rice Melonius Program, Agricultural Support Program for Civil Servants, Agricultural Empowerment Support for Poor and Vulnerable Households under JKS Program, recruitment of over 1,500 extension agents under the JAGRO, and 300 community animal health extension agents, and a host of others are also significantly contributing to our quest for economic growth and the improved well-being of our people. As some of you are aware, we have developed a comprehensive wheat and rice development strategy, as well as a comprehensive livestock development reform plan, the implementation of all of which we hope to collaborate with the federal government through the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security and the Presidential Livestock Reforms Program Committee and the other development partners. Already, Jigawa State is the largest contributor in terms of land holding and production levels in the National Wheat Program introduced by the federal government last year. Likewise, the Rice Development Program, where only a few weeks ago we launched this year's season rice irrigation program, under which we targeted to support the cultivation of about 250,000 hectares, up from the 200,000 we have done last year. Our target in this respect is to support the cultivation of 500,000 hectares by 2030, by which time up to 50% of the Nigerians' total rice requirement will be produced in Jigawa State. What it takes is only government's commitment for sustained investment, which we are determined to continue with. Very importantly, to drive our grand plans for all the area of agricultural transformation program we are pursuing, we have established by law the State Agricultural Transformation Agency. Primarily, the agency is to support the transformation from subsistence farming to a productive, commercial, and market-oriented agricultural system, and to promote the adoption of new technologies, improve crop varieties, and climate-smart practices. To support this, we have also established the Jigawa State Farm Mechanization Company, for which we have also procured 300 tractors, 60 combined harvesters, and other agricultural implements, including planters and threshers, among others, to be managed by the Jigawa State Farm Mechanization Company. These are presently all being assembled here in Jigawa. We have already trained 30 qualified young women as master tractor technicians in China to ensure effective maintenance of the procured agricultural equipment. All these initiatives are in line with our commitment to deliver our promise on transforming the agricultural sector to achieve overarching state development objective of sustained improvement in the socio-economic well-being of our people. In an unprecedented move, we have recently begun upland dry season irrigation farming using underground water resources. Many will recall that late in February this year, we have commissioned the Lalashi borehole-based irrigation scheme, which stands as a clear demonstration of our commitment toward achieving food security, provision of sustainable means of livelihood, and reducing poverty among our people. This borehole-based irrigation scheme clearly demonstrates the possibilities and the limitless opportunities for all year-round farming, even in a desert-prone areas of Jigawa State. Again, what it takes is only government's commitment for sustained investment, which we are determined to continue. Related to this is our commitment to rehabilitate some of our dams and irrigation facilities in order to bring more of our arable land under cultivation. Synergistically, we are being creative to support water intake to dams through some of our major erosion control projects we are executing. Number 2, critical infrastructure. Provision of infrastructure, particularly roads and water and power supply, is deemed critical within our overall agenda for Greater Jigawa. This is in consideration of the key roles these play in accelerating inclusive economic growth and development, with multiplier effects on other sectors. Notwithstanding the fact that Jigawa State has one of the highest road network densities in Nigeria, with virtually all urban centers and major towns connected to each other, provision of road and electricity has continued to stand out as a major development need of most communities in the state. In consideration of this and fulfillment of our commitments, government has awarded contract for 46 road projects with a distance of almost 978 kilometers, worth over 304 billion naira. This is unprecedented in the history of Jigawa State.
The response was overwhelming. Academics praised the forum as a refreshing shift towards inclusive and knowledge-driven governance. As the curtains fall on this groundbreaking event, one thing is clear. The dialogue has ignited a new chapter in Jigawa's development story, where policy meets intellect and government listens to scholars. Gov Namadi's engagement with Nigeria's academic minds set a bold example for participatory leadership, proving that real progress begins with collective wisdom. This is Jigawa in Focus. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. See you next time.